Earlier this year, when Karina and I were in the United States, we met a nice chap called Miles Lewis. S. Miles Lewis, to be precise, and everybody knows him as Smiles. He is the head honcho of something called the Anomaly Archives in Austin, Texas. Now, I have to admit that before we visited there, I'd never heard of the Anomaly Archives, but when I saw it, I was incredibly impressed. It's a library, an archive, and a community resource for everybody with an interest in esoteric subjects. Now I took a look at this and I thought I want a bit of this for myself. I've always been a bibliophile.
Well, thank you all for coming. It's really good to see so many faces here, a few I know and a few I don't. Hopefully this will be the first time of many times that you'll see your faces around here, here at the Anomaly Archives. I am Smiles Lewis. I'm the founder and president of the Anomaly Archives Lending Library. We're a nonprofit community group that is dedicated to educating the public about all types of anomalous phenomena. This ranges from the subjects you'll be hearing about today, cryptozoology, as well as ufology and parapsychology, and other areas that are often referred to as pseudoscience by skeptics and debunkers, but which I think really represent the truest expression of science in terms of its trying to grapple with the anomalous data that it comes across on a regular basis. Whether this be in the naturalist world, investigating hidden animals or undiscovered creatures, or the strange, unidentified objects seen in our skies, as long as the humans have been looking up at them. I'd also like to thank Richie and Naomi for bringing Mr. Downes and his wife Karina to us here in Austin, Texas. And I'd also like to thank the INAX Institute for Neuroscience and Consciousness Studies, who are the proprietors of this establishment and who have been gracious enough to let the Anomaly Archives operate here. I'd also like to thank my good friend Mike DeGroff for helping coordinate things as well. And we'll be talking a little bit more about Mr. Downes after his lecture before we start the Q&A. Yeah.
That sounds really frightening. And then we're going to be talking a little about Mr. Downes.
Well, at least you're here to hear what we're saying.
Right. There's a little warning. Anyway, I'd just like to say I've been fascinated by strange phenomena for a long time. And like many people, I grew up seeing shows like In Search Of and other shows that documented possible evidence of cryptids, unknown mystery animals. And over the years, I've been amazed to discover the depth of research going on here in Texas. Most people, when they think of things like Bigfoot, perhaps the poster child of cryptozoology, they tend to think of the Pacific Northwest, when in fact there's a lot of activity and history of sightings of strange bipedal creatures in the Lone Star State. And in fact, at one time, Texas was home to not just one cryptozoology conference, but two different cryptozoology conferences every year. And I was very happy to have the opportunity to attend those different conferences across the state. And we have the proprietor of one of those conferences here in the audience for a really fantastic organization doing a lot of really good instrumented scientific research into the probability of a North American hominid, and that is our friend Craig Will here, who is with the TBRC, Texas Bigfoot Research Conservancy, a nonprofit based out of...
well, I guess our mailing address now is Plano. It's a P.O. Box, but just North Texas.
All right. And they just had a conference a little while ago in Tyler, Texas, and I've been privileged to go on a few overnight expeditions to in the environs in East Texas with the proprietor of another cryptozoological conference, a gentleman by the name of Chester Moore Jr. And in fact, that launched my semi-professional hand modeling career. My hand is next to a track in one of his books. And it was at that one of his conferences as well that I was really first introduced to some of Mr. Downes' writing via the magazine Animals and Men. His good friend and a friend of mine and others here, Nick Redfern, a Fortean anomalous, cryptozoologist, ufologist, rock and roller who lives up in North Texas, was there speaking and also selling copies of Animals and Men. So that's how I really became aware of Jonathan Downes' activities and was pleased to discover that there are, in fact, ongoing research efforts into the world of cryptozoology, and that research is being done by the CF Dead, they say in Britain, the Center for Fortean Zoology. Now, without further ado, I would just like to say, put your hands together and make our friend Jonathan Downes. We'll welcome Fear Carlton. There are copies of Mr. Downes' books available after the lecture, and you can see copies of those in the front.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I apologize, Craig. I've been staring at you for the last 10 minutes. I recognized your photograph and you realized it was you.
Okay. I realized it was you.
Craig and I have been sending each other emails 4 or 5 times a year for years and years and years. I was staying straight at it. Worse, I was thinking, where are those woolies? He's supposed to be here by now. Straight at you, mate. I apologize.
Not a problem.
Okay, my name's Jon Downes. I'm the director of an organization called the Centre for Fortean Zoology, which is the largest, as far as we're aware, the largest cryptozoological research organization in the world.